When the division governor calls you and asks you to do a presentation, guess what you say? Yes! And that's what I did. And she told me what the goals of my presentation were going to be as well. She said that she'd like my insights from Area J53 on the assistant area governor model and our succession planning. She asked for a few other things too, but she only gave me 10 minutes and there's no way I could fit it all in, so I'm focusing on those things. So it wasn't, just like the rest of you, it wasn't very long into this gig that I figured out it wasn't a one-person job. And therefore I decided that I needed to do something about it, so I used my business skills and I wrote a business plan with a 3-year cycle, which includes a legacy of succession planning, which I'll talk about a bit later. So there are many reasons why I created the model, and the number one thing is that Toastmasters' slogan is "Where leaders are made." And I figured out that leaders don't do it all themselves.
Thanks, Adam.
They recruit team members with strengths, and they create a work environment so that those strengths can come to the forefront. And that's one of the reasons. Another is I'm doing this because I want to be a distinguished Toastmaster. And I want to wear that pin with pride, knowing that I actually made a difference in Toastmasters. And that's one of the clever things about the Toastmasters program is the educational program brings you right where I am, so that you really have no choice but to become a leader if you want to become a distinguished Toastmaster. And I wanted to leave a legacy. So I created, these are the reasons. Area governor is not a one-person job. The Toastmasters motto is "Where leaders are made," and true leaders don't do it all themselves. Meet Toyeshi, and you get to meet him in person. Everybody else had to just meet him online. So what happened with Toyeshi is, Toyeshi joined my Toastmasters club last spring, and we got to know each other, and one day we talked and we decided that I would mentor Toyeshi. And that scared me, because Toyeshi has a lot of great innate skills, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to step up to the plate. So I decided that probably the best thing that I can do for Toyeshi is help him get his Distinguished Toastmasters designation. And he was just about ready to finish his CC manual at the time. So there's a long road ahead of us. So what we did is we put together a 3-year plan. It includes a mentor area governor, an area governor, an assistant area governor, and I'm also going to talk about our Area J53 website. So here's the business plan in a nutshell. On the left-hand side, you can see we have 3 positions: an area governor mentor, an area governor, and an assistant area governor. For this year, Carla Craker is our area governor mentor. I know Carla from a past club. She's a DTM, and she's very anxious to share her expertise. And she was thrilled when I asked if she would be our mentor. I'm the area governor, and then Toyeshi agreed to be the assistant area governor. As you can see, in 2015 and 16, we're all going to take a step up. I will be the mentor, Toyeshi will be the area governor, and we will recruit an assistant. We plan to do that after club officer training is over and done with in February. And then in 16 and 17, Toyeshi will become the area governor mentor, and so forth. Let's talk about the duties. Assistant area governor. Basically, he's here to learn and to help me do all the things that I have to do. When I started out, we said Toyeshi would primarily work with me on contests, and the other thing he's doing is because he's trying to get his Distinguished Toastmaster designation, he's trying to get as many speeches in as possible. So I'm hoping that Toyeshi will be going out to the area clubs this term, even before he takes on area governor, and do some of the DCP speeches, whatever the clubs need. And the clubs are starting to tell us what they need. Of course, you know what the area governor's job is, but in addition to that, as the mentor of the area governor assistant, I'm learning how to lead, and I'm hoping to create opportunities for my assistant to develop in the way he needs to do. And then finally, the mentor area governor. we sat down with Carla for a couple of meetings just to kind of go over what her experience was as an area governor. She helped us with contests, she had checklists for us, she had plans for us, really helped. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel. And this is what I'm thinking is, I've done all this work, you've done all this work, why don't we just make it into a way that we can pass it on to the next person, so maybe the next person doesn't have to do as much work as what we've had to do. Leave a legacy, make it easier for the next people. That's what my goal is. The benefits: lighter workload, less bewildering to incoming area governors. You all know what you felt like when you first got slammed with all the information that you had to think of for the year. And I believe that Toyeshi is going to be far better prepared to take over in June than I was, because he knows what he's in for, and he knows where he can go to for help. And he's already done some of it, so he doesn't have to learn from the beginning. Number 3, we learn by doing. We all know about the power of mentoring. It's part of the tenet of being a Toastmaster. And it allows us to pass on the knowledge. And another way that we're doing that is with our Area J53 website. I took a screen capture here. I'd love to spend a lot of time going through it, but I encourage you to go to it yourself. You can see it's areaj53nuggets.wordpress.com. Actually, if you Google J53, it does come up in the first page right now. So what we did is we heard from our presidents and a lot of other people when I started the area governorship, is they were bombarded with email. And I resolved not to do that to my clubs. So here's what I do. I get all these Toastmasters emails and I save them all in a file, and then every Friday I create a web post and I've collected all of the information that has come to me and I put it in there. Also, I have club information, contests and announcements. I have an education page, so every week or two I'll do up a little education tip and I put it on there. We have resources. The resource page is all the links to the Toastmasters websites and anything that you think people will need to have. And we also have a videos page where we post videos. We've got a few on there of Toyeshi and I right now. We're trying to talk our club members into letting us post some videos of them as well. So far the feedback has been fabulous. The presidents are just thrilled that they are not getting bombarded with email. They're getting one a week. And my plan actually is when there are weeks and there's very little news, they're not even going to get one a week. They'll just get maybe one every 2 weeks. Hopefully there'll be some lulls and we can do that. All of this means that we're doing better service to our clubs, and I think most importantly, this plan allows us to develop distinguished Toastmasters. That's exactly the plan. By the time Toyeshi is done his area governorship at the end of in June of 2016, he will be a distinguished Toastmaster if all goes well. This plan that we've done, that we've put together, this succession plan, is really his high-performance leadership project. So I'm working with him on that as an advisor. We're putting the plan in place. We're trying to make sure that we've covered everything so that in the next 2 years, Toyeshi can get his distinguished Toastmasters. I think I've covered the goals of the presentation. Does anyone have any questions?
No, but that is fine.
Oh, yeah.
I am very impressed.
And I'm willing to share any of this. If you'd like to see my business plan, I made a business plan. I update it every quarter, what I've done, what I haven't done. My business plan changed immediately because I thought I was just going to do a printed newsletter once a month, and then I realized once a month isn't enough. And then I thought, well, I'm not doing a printed newsletter once a week. It's way too much. So that's when I decided to do the website. And that has been really, it's been an investment getting it started, but now that it's up and running, it's something that anybody can do. Toyeshi has access. If he needs to do a post, he can. So if you'd like to have my business plan and share in any of this, I'm more than willing to share it with you. Steal it, borrow it, plagiarize it, because I'm really after leaving a legacy in Toastmasters to make it easier for the next people, because I love Toastmasters, but I wasn't very much in love with Toastmasters when I first found out about what I was in for as an area governor. I wasn't, and I really don't want to do that to anyone else. I want to be able to leave a legacy. So I'm happy to share with you. Feel free to contact me, let me know, and I'll send it to you right away.